Okay, y'all. If everybody's in, I mean, people in here, just give me just a minute. I'm gonna let this play, get my chat up, let people come in. Y'all see that Facebook thing? I think I figured out how to make Facebook chat work. Y'all, I don't even know what I use this bot Roots for, so I haven't taken it off. But I'm glad they get told they can directly join the channel. I never can remember how I made Facebook work. I did it yesterday and I did it today. That's my ADHD though, playing with me. That's what happened in math. Like I just did it, but I really can't. Like I thought I had to do a bunch of detailed stuff, but it's really not. Hey Deja, I'm fixing to start. I was just excited that I made Facebook chat work 2 days in a row. Let's not jinx it though. But I really don't know what I did because I don't think I did anything. But it's working. That's all that matters. Okay. Doot, doot. All right. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Tell y'all another secret. I just threw on a shirt over the shirt I had on, and my hair looks the same as yesterday because it is. I took about a 4 hour nap because I don't sleep good. And I was like, look, these people, they don't want to wait all day. So I'm not going to get in the shower. Like I took a shower yesterday, but still. But apparently I didn't toss and turn in my sleep, so my hair didn't mess up. And I just went over my makeup. I was like, oh, it's good. Y'all can smell me anyway, but I don't stink, I swear. Oh, Lordy. Oh, let me fix this. So Instagram people, and y'all look, my Instagram, what I've not figured out is I think I have to run Instagram off my phone. So after my live on Instagram, nobody can see it anyway, but I do it in case somebody comes on Instagram. I don't even know that I have people on my Instagram. I just, okay, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Oh, and Daisha, I don't know what you're doing today, but I'm gonna send you something on Facebook. I'm trying to figure out how to get my mods like in the background of my OBS and all that, and I haven't figured that out because I refuse to pay like what $40 or whatever it is for StreamYard when you can do OBS for free because I think that's stupid. The only thing is they just make it easier to like their backdoor thing, like to get on stage or whatever. But I'm not. I can use OBS, and I'm not paying $40 for stupid StreamYard. I don't care if I was rich. I think that's stupid. And half the time, StreamYard messes up. So make sure I got my cards together. Okay, now let me find the list because I was just talking and talking and talking. Oh yeah, and anybody that follows true crime, how about um I have made people mad because I think Brian Koberger is guilty, but I do not think he's guilty the way the prosecution is. I don't think he's an incel. I don't think any of that shit. But what I think is going to happen is I think he's going to get away with murder because guess what? Going through stuff today, watching Jay Embry, and he's one of them that people just all of a sudden don't like. See, I see color. I don't just look at something black and white because I don't think you can. And in this case, you can't. But I think that the prosecution has the wrong time. I think it's the 3 to 4, and so what I think the defense is going to prove is Brian Koberger was not at that house at 4 to 4:30 because he wasn't. Because they've got the time wrong. How are they going to change the time? They can't. Anyway, I just had to say my thoughts on that. Okay, now let me see who's first. And I don't think they have clear picture of him in the car either. I think that they didn't go get the gas station stuff in time, and that's already been said. And so they don't have real video either. So, because if they did, the defense would have it by now. And I think Brent Kopak is involved, which is going to piss other people off. But because I think there's a mind control, I think there's a mind control part of this, and I think Brent Kopak was the triggering factor to Brian Koberger. he was the one that was put in place to trigger, to make him whatever. I know that sounds crazy. Y'all just have to look up MK Ultra. But anyways, I do believe that. And I believe that he's not here because he went crazy and was fixing to tell everything. That's exactly what I believe. But you can say I'm psycho if you want to. It's okay. I know. Anyways, that's not really funny. I mean, it is. It's not, though. That's fine, Ari. You can. I'm sitting here. I'm fixing to get started. Well, I mean, I just can't help after if you watch Sloan Bell, if you watch Ashley, and then I go back, I literally that's what I've been doing. I've went back and watched all the stuff Ashley put up because I didn't understand because Sloan Bella does not filter anything. She just blah. So, and then I went back and watched Ashley's again after watching her, and I was like, oh, I get it, I get it, I get it. See, people don't get it, and that's why they don't think that happened. Some people just can't like get in their mind that this stuff can actually happen, but it's way more. If you look at that Mika Miller case, that man is actually portraying a Christian church, portraying a preacher that is a Christian preacher, and he is like Scientology, the stuff like P. Diddy, the stuff like all them people believe, that's really what that man is. So think about, and I'm not telling people not to go to church because I know a preacher that I would still go to his church if he was not retired because that man was the same in Walmart as he was at church everywhere. He literally lived by what he said, and that's the difference in churches. If a preacher lives by what they're saying, that's fine. But when do you know how many Christian churches are on the outside? They're Christian churches, and that's not really what they're preaching. So it's scary, and you have to be very careful. That's why connection to source, to God, to whatever you want to call him, um, is very important so that you know when you're in a bad place. And that's the point of it. Okay. So who's first, y'all? Where's my list? Okay. Ari, you said you changed your question. Okay. Let me get to the last question. Can you tell me why it's taking? Okay, so you want to know why it's taking so long about your job? Okay, wait, no, this is the last one. I keep getting jobs and something happens. They don't last long. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. I wanted to make sure I was doing the right question here. Okay, so what is going on with Ari's jobs? Why are they not lasting long? Okay, y'all can't see. Okay, how are you getting these jobs like by word of mouth? Somebody's telling you about these jobs, or are you just applying and then getting them? Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask a specific question that's away from that so I can, okay. 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 Tell me like what happens, like in the normal case, like what happens at work that that makes it not last. Like what is do they just say they don't need you anymore, or does something happen? Like, because I'm trying to figure out this aspect of it. I'm trying to figure out this aspect of it. Because all these cards are saying that you're doing what you're supposed to do, basically. Okay. I think, okay. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, you're going to have to, this devil aspect, I didn't know if somebody like was messing with you, but it's not. It's your own mind. You are going to have to, like, you can't go to work and just tell people what you're going to do, but whenever you get in a position that you like when they want to move you or whatever, the confidence issue, you're going to have to say, okay, I know that I feel good right here. I don't mind learning something else, but, you know, as soon as you start feeling like you're not as good, like if they move you, I would let them move you just to get the experience, like when you're in a job. But then if you feel like, yeah, see, this card popped up again, feeling mentally trapped. So, yeah, your confidence. You're easily, I don't want to say manipulated, but they feel like you're not going to throw up a fuss so they can do you any kind of way. So you're going to have to, well, it's not that you're not confident, but I'm not saying you have fear of your boss. Like, you're supposed to respect your bosses, but you're going to have to start your persona of your fight back, if that makes sense, is going to have to be a little stronger. I don't mean overdo it to where nobody wants to hire you, but it has to be, yes, you can be put on the list, Ashley. It has to be to where they, okay, you're good. I got you. You're at work. We'll put you on the list. Um, Not where they're scared to fire. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. Like, so if they feel they have to let people go, like, you're not one of the first ones that because they feel like you're not going to make a fuss, if that makes sense to you. You've got to kind of put on a bad girl persona, but not to technically screw somebody over, do something bad, but like to where they feel like they know you're there. It's not even that you rub them the wrong way. You're supposed to be nice to them because, I mean, you have to have respect for people, but I feel like they feel like they can easily manipulate you, tell you to do whatever, like even working over hours, and then come back and say, "Well, you weren't supposed to work over hours." Like, you're gonna have to say, "Okay, hey, am I supposed to do this because I work these hours?" Don't just feel some way like something's bothering you and then not say anything. You can say anything you want to. It's about how you say it. So when you start feeling that gut instinct, like something's not right, I don't feel, you need to make sure that you figure out a way to say something to them, if that makes sense. Yeah, and most of them do. Like, I don't feel like it's the mistakes like you're making. I feel like that when they need somebody to do something that may not be exactly correct, sometimes they're having you do it. And then if they get in trouble, they're just firing you because you're not going to make a fuss about it. They feel like you're not going to make a fuss and say, hey, wait a minute. And that's what that is. And you've got to Yeah, it's not even that you're being rude. They just feel if you're too nice, that's a problem. If you're too mean, you're going to have to find that happy medium if that's making sense. Got you, Ashley. Change in direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed to be your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. And also, whenever you're feeling some type of way, I would pray about it and then get the answer and then, you know what I mean, go forward with that. This is saying, yeah, and it's not even the professional enough. Like, it's fine to be nice and respectful, but you have to, you need to, when you go in there, they don't need to see any room for weakness, if that makes sense. Anything, and sometimes you have to be that way. It should not be that way, but it is in a lot of ways. Um, Also, too, with your mistakes, make sure that you don't feel too like you've asked too many questions. I don't care how many questions you ask, ask. That way, they can't just say, well, she didn't ask and she made these mistakes. You ask. It doesn't matter how many times you've asked. I don't care. Until you know it, ask. Because I feel like they're using that too. And that's like a manipulation technique. And that's why I was asking you those questions because I wanted to know whether the devil part was like something that I knew it wasn't because the other cards come out. So it wasn't anything you were doing like malicious, but I didn't know if somebody was like doing stuff towards you, and it's not. It's just the confidence thing. So make sure that even if you have to ask them a million times, write it down so you remember it. But if you feel like you need to ask, ask. Don't let anybody make you feel like you don't need to. And I think that's where they're getting over you a lot, on you a lot. Yeah. So, yeah. And sometimes we do feel like we're walking on eggshells, but we can't let that show on the outside. And that's what you've got. I don't really know how to master that technique. I'm going to tell you to pray about it because I don't know that anybody has it mastered that is not trying to do malicious things. So if you're going in there innocently like you do, I don't think it's something that you're just going to be able to master. I think it's something you're going to have to ask God to help you with and follow that guidance. And that's exactly what I think with that. And that's what the guides, that's what that card was saying too, your angel card with the guides. Trust in them, you're protected. Remember you're protected, and but you have to ask because we have free will. So um, whether you say it in your head, whether you say it out loud, whichever, but make sure you're, saying something so they know. Yeah, I don't think you're going to know because if you're not going in there to do malicious things, you're not. I don't think that's something that we're supposed to master unless we're not good people. I just think that's something that is a thing we have to use when we have to use it. That makes sense. I don't always have the right word, y'all. It takes me a minute. I might think of it at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll have to make a note, and when you come back in here, be like, "Oh yeah, that word was." Because I'm bad. We're trying to figure out words sometimes. Okay, who is next? Because there's my list. Jasmina, are you next? Oh, she did post. Okay, look, I can't even see my thing. Hang on. You're welcome, Ari. I hope that made sense and that wasn't all confusing because I was like, well, you know. Okay, Jasmine, about your job and finances. Are you wanting to know about your new job and finances? So, are you wanting to know how it's going to go or something you need to look out for? Okay, got you. Okay, what can Jasmine? Okay, I hit buttons on my keyboard. Sorry, y'all. I mean, I think I hit 3 or 4 buttons on my keyboard. Wow. Okay, there we go. The cards. Okay, what can we know about Jasmina's new job and how her finances will go? Is there anything that she needs to look out for? What is the advice for the very near future with this for her? What can we know? What does she need to know? Okay. I don't think that whole card is true. I feel the anxiety that you have from it. That's what I think that card is saying. Um, yeah, because you're compassionate. You're which we all lead with our emotions. I don't care pretty much unless we have some kind of something going on, and really still that's still emotion. Okay. Okay. Jasmine, are you with somebody? If not, that's funny that's come up. There may be somebody at work that likes you, ends up liking you. Um, okay, so yes, I think that's the way you feel right now. Um, that's a good card to come up. Three of Wands, leadership, moving forward, initiative. So, yeah, I think that you're going to do good. And, yep, there's an achievement recognition card too. So, I think that whether you're with somebody or not, there's going to be somebody at work that likes you. Nine of Cups. Right now, the only thing I got on that, which is probably just because it's not of importance, it's just letting you know that, you know, that might come up so that way you're aware. But as far as you at work, I see that they see growth in you. They see your nurturingness, fairness, your honesty that comes out. With the Empress card, that's a celebration card, like celebrating in the public, like at work, recognition. So, and then the leadership moving forward and initiative card come out. So, I think that you're going to be seen, and it may not be right off, but I think you will do good and excel in your job. I also think that they may see leadership qualities or like move you up or around in different departments where you will be good at it. Um, but I see the celebration like at work for this, and um, so I see good things coming out of this. I also saw your anxiety about this question and about how it was going to go. That's what I got from the Nine of Swords card from that. Huh, the relationship card come out. That's funny. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. And that's not just about a partner relationship, like as far as like your love interest, that is also about any relationship. So, what your guides are saying is anytime you feel uneasy or whatever, or you're worried about a relationship, and that means relationships at work, home, wherever you are, any kind of relationship, then trust their guidance in that, and they will, and then trust your intuition after that. Because once you speak that and ask them for help and ask God for help, then they will put natural intuition into you to know what to do next or how to handle it. But I do see, I mean, I see that your job will be fine. Yeah, and I can feel the nervousness. That's why that card come out first. Okay, Angel, or I think I said that wrong, but you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming back because I know you've come back a couple of times. So pretty much you're in here about every time I think we go live, just about. Okay, I'm putting the list up on the screen. Thank you, Jasmina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you see your name up there, if you're the first name, then post your question, please. Any daggum cards. Stop. Go. That one works. All right. I know I'm going to say this wrong. Yep, there you go. Thank you. They saved the day because I knew I didn't want to try to pronounce that because I probably wasn't going to say it right. Okay, yeah. Look on the screen to see. Daisha has put up who's next now since let me see if we can see who's in here. I don't know if that thing's right, but I don't know if anybody's in here. Sometimes I think YouTube kicks people out or whatever. Okay. Anybody that's on the list, if you're in here, say here, please. I'm fixing to post the list, make the list come back up here again. There's the list. If you're in here, say you're in here. I know Ashley is or in and out because she's working, so. Yeah, if they're in here and then anybody that listed on the screen, I've got it on the screen. Okay, Christy's here, Dacia's here. Christy, go ahead and post your question. And then we'll follow after that with other people. They may be in and out, so. Oh, no, you're fine. Oh, I knew you were. That's fine. That's why I say go ahead and post your question because nobody else is saying anything. So when they get in here, they'll see this and then say something, but you can go and post your question. And I know people are at work this time, so some people have to be in and out. So that's why I'm just like, that's why I try to wait around a minute too. So that's fine, Daisha. Okay. What's going on in my life? I have a not so good feeling lately. Okay. Are you talking about with your boyfriend? Or is there a specific part that you are not feeling good about? Just because my cards seem to be like me and they'll come out with 15,000 things at once. I've learned that. This stream elements thing is driving me nuts. Family and journal thing. Okay, got you. Okay, so what is going on with Christy's family in general? Okay, I just feel like I need to knock some other energy out. Okay, so Christy's family in general. She's had a not good feeling lately. What can we know? And what does she need to know about that? Okay, I know that says King of Wands, but I still feel that's describing you as like the leader in your family, the visionary, the one that carries most of the burden, whether it's worry, finance, whatever. Um, and drained, resilient, pushing through. That's the way I feel like you feel right now, too. Let me see this card for a second. And I feel like some of your family, Page of Wands, is like younger people. So I feel like you feel they rush in head first sometimes and have no idea what they're getting into, which is that Justice card come out. Like, that's my truth card. Like, they have no idea what they're doing. They just rush in head first with things. So I think that's why you worry too. Yeah, that's funny. That I do feel one of your kids has a like returning home feeling, maybe not literal, but they're holding on to the past and maybe unhappy with some of their choices. Hey, Sasha, you're good, Sasha. I understand. I understand. I understand. How's things been going? Boyfriend too. He's up to something. Okay, we'll look at him in just a second. And that shows you being compassionate and empathetic toward that. What if this is the case going on with one of the kids? They're going to have to figure out how to release whatever's going on in the past that they're having issues with. Like, even, and it could be something just little, like they just made a choice they don't, like, and they're going to have to realize that we all do that. I don't know if maybe they're a perfectionist, but life is not perfect. And even if they're a perfectionist, it's not going to be perfect. It's just not. Yeah, this Two of Swords, I feel like they're at a crossroads. Um, Not really like avoiding truth, but avoiding just coming to terms with we all do things or say things sometimes that we wish we could change. Yep, that Five of Swords. I feel like this may not be as big deal as they're making it, but they feel like it is a defeat at all cost for them. So I think they just need some loving, you know what I mean? And um, their fear of change. Um, the only thing that changes in the world is everything changes. So I think they just need a self cup of love with that and to just they're going to have to go in facing head first that things change. I think that's the main thing, Christy. That, and I don't think it's like something that is like something that ruined their life. I think it's something that we would probably now, that we've seen the world laugh at, but it's not funny to them because they feel awful, and they may, well, whichever child this is, they may feel like nobody's going to understand because maybe they've said it and people's laugh. Not that it's funny, but it's just like, oh my God, if you only knew the other stuff that happens in the world, or what life is about. But to them right now, this is life, and it's the big deal to them. So I just think that they just need a little bit of nourishing, nourishing. Y'all, I make up words in my head. Nurturing, um, so that when something bigger does happen, they can handle it. Um, because I think what we miss a lot of times in kids is they can't handle things because we go through life, and I say it all the time, I cannot handle this, thinking that, but we do. But what they're not seeing when they're younger is we actually do. We just say that. And so I think that's one of those things that's gotten in their head. So if that's come up or hasn't come up or is coming up, then that we just have to, I mean, I would just remember that. That it may be something small to them that they just don't even, that you're just like, oh my God. But to them, it's the biggest thing in their head right now. I think we forget that a lot of times. Okay, now let's look at the boyfriend. I'm going to take these cards back up just because I feel like maybe some of them need to be used again or will be. And I have all these cards upright because the way I've started doing readings is my intuition and some of the cards around it tells me when they need to be reversed. Just because there's times that I think cards come out reversed that don't need to be, and then when you turn them up, people are like, why did you do that? So there'll be times I may turn a card over and I will explain it. Look, it's just because I feel like that one needs to be. But and people, if you're starting to learn and you don't read in reversals, you don't have to, because the cards around you will tell you, I am just anal. That's the way I watched Ashley do it. So I learned the way, that's who I really learned from, was the Reckoning Co. Not that she literally just sat down and taught something. I learned by watching her, I use a lot of the same references she does sometimes, especially on the true crime cards, because that's what I resonate with. Some of them I have changed around. And she has a new deck that I'm going to get because she made one to the true crime thing. Everything she does. I don't even let nobody say nothing. Like, I found a comment where somebody said something negative to her, and I like gave them this big old long speech. Not that she needs me to protect her, but that is like just who I learned from. So, you know. Okay. Now that I've explained that, Christy, let's do your boyfriend. Okay. So what is going on with him? Christy is having feelings. Well, there's your intuition, Christy. That's so funny to me. I'm sorry. Maybe everybody else don't think it's funny. I just think that's funny. Because y'all, I still don't know how things, like, I know how things work, and I know that I asked Jesus, God, so they're gonna give me the answers that we're supposed to have, but I laugh because I still humble myself on how this happened. So I will never think that I am God or have all the answers, because I know I don't, and that's why I laugh at that, I think. I'm glad you get it, Christy, because I'm just like, people are like, why are you laughing? You don't have confidence? I do have confidence, but I don't know, like, y'all, a lot of this, I don't know your name. I don't know what's in your pocket. I don't know your birthday. I don't try to know stuff like that. I'm not going to try to tell you the lottery numbers, because I think that's a foolish question. I know people are going to think different ways about that, but like, there is so much more to life than that. So, yeah, that's why at first I wouldn't do love readings, because I'm like, if you come to me and tell me somebody just beat the hell out of you, you want to know what to do, and you need a card to tell you that, we have more than one problem. But I've learned to humble myself with that too, and it's not just about that. So, because I thought people, some of them were crazy for asking, like, this dude just beat the hell out of me. What do I do? What do you mean? What do you do? You just come to a person to read cards. What do you mean? What do you do? So, like, I have a logical sense to me too. So I guess that's what makes me who I am, I guess. Okay. Okay, there's something he's holding on to with the past too. So that may have been coming out with him too. Girl, is he still mad at you about accusing him, like not accusing him, but having questions about what you asked me last time? Like, because he's younger than you, you know. Because he's holding on to something he is upset about. He's got his panties in a water, underwear in a wad. That's so funny. The Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, mature, successful, practical. And she has like this kind of smirk smile on her face. So that's funny to me too. Oh, and look, Young but Grounded come out. So that's funny. That is so funny. He does have a strong foundation, solid beginning, strong foundation. So he's young, but I think what you're feeling is because he feels some type of way, like still kind of offended. He's not mad, but I think he's so worried about you worrying about something he's doing, and that's what you're picking up on. And so I think Queen of Swords, honest, protective. Yeah, that reminds me of you too. Honest, protective, like quirky. So that's funny too. I don't think it's a big deal. I think he just has his underwear in a wad about that. The Emperor. Yeah, because he don't want you to see him as an immature. Oh my God, that's what it is. He does not want you to see him as younger than him, even though he is, because he feels less of a man. So, girl, you're gonna have to, you know, and I wouldn't tell you to do this but I feel like he's really honest and he really does love you. But this younger than him thing, and I think, did you tell him you told people that? Because like this is it's a man thing. So you're gonna have to I don't even know. I can't do it without laughing. I wouldn't be able to do it without laughing. Like he would be mad at me. I don't know what I would do. Because every time I tried to do this to make him, I would bust out laughing. I just can't. The world. Yep, he's worried about the world saw him. Girl, go make this man feel like a man. I don't know how you're gonna do it because I couldn't do it. Even if we tried to do it in the bed, I would laugh. He would be so mad. I can't. I'm not. Oh God, yeah. Giving and receiving. That is hilarious. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with exhalation. That, yes, he is like, yeah, and that's what it is. He doesn't feel like it's unbalanced giving and receiving, but he don't want other people to think that either. Like he don't care what people think, but because it's you, because it can make you look a certain way too. It's not just about him. He don't want people to look at I told you he was protective over you, and so he wants to make sure he's not having to come fight for like somebody thinking some type of way either. So that's the reason he's worried about it. I don't feel like he is, you know, he's not with the Joneses. Y'all gonna live how y'all live, but he don't want unnecessary fights because he already feels like he's gonna have to like tell somebody something. I told you that a while back. So he's not wanting any other ones because he already knows the fight he's gonna have because the way you are, the way he is. So, and I get chills with that. So that's hilarious. But you can tell him he's one of the only ones because it could be as bad as this preacher. He's actually a good one. So you can tell him that our cards don't really tell lies most of the time. Well, they don't really lie. I just might misread them. They're not lying. I just didn't read them right. But that's funny. Okay. That makes me laugh. I can't help it. Okay, y'all. And look, I done lost the list. You're welcome, Christy. You're welcome. That is funny. So I don't feel like at this time, I feel like that it's not that there's nothing that's going on, but it's things you definitely can handle that I just think you needed confirmation on that was going on. Yeah, me too. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. So tell him that I do not, he might be young, but I think he's actually mature and actually a good one. So, Daisha, you're next. What good things are coming your way? Girl, is your ex trying to get back with you? Because I feel like when you said that, it's like, well, there's somebody that thinks, and I have to say it the way it just come to me, like thinks that she's a good thing. But it's like somebody I can see you going, oh my God, whatever. Should have saw that then, not now. So that's why I just asked you that. I don't know if I've asked you that before. I wonder if that's why he's been giving you a hard time. He's mad because you want to do to what he's wanting. Okay, what can we know about Daisha? And what does she need to know? What can we know of what good things are coming? that card just flew out, didn't it? Now I really think that he is trying to, or has in mind that he um should have done different. That's funny. The Page of Coins coming out. But I do still feel not him. I don't think it's him. There is somebody still that is coming in your life that is going to be grounded, successful, and like a business empower mind. It might not be a politician, but I think it's going to be a somebody that has a business that is successful. Whoops. Yeah, that nostalgia card come out for him because I said I don't think it's him. So that come out. Those go together, but that come out just saying, um, I feel your anxiety and that you're feeling a little hopeless right now. And I know because yesterday, I think that's why that's coming out. Oh my God. And this is saying that there may be a delay, like not a delay, but it's taking time for that person. But the reason is just to give you time to heal from your past and so that you are completely clear minded. Make sure that you're talking to God, your angels, I think you do that. Trust your intuition. Yeah, you feel like drained, resilient, but you're pushing through still. I think that's what we all do. Um, yeah. And this is Queen of Cups is you. Let's see. Temperance is just, yeah, balance and harmony. So that's when the time's right, the time's right. Look, the high priestess, that come out saying like, you know what you know, and you know that the reason it's taking a minute is because you deep down know that. That's what that's saying. The star that comes out for you a lot because you have faith, renewal, and healing. So you know better than to give up. Because Page of Wands, good news will be coming, bright ideas, and something you can rush in head first on with. Because that death card is coming out with you, I fully believe, because you do have new beginnings. You have done a transformation. And that's why he is seeing you too like that. So, that to me is like your guides are saying that should tell you something there because after that transformation, he did like a 180 on how he was approaching you or the intimidation factor or him deciding all of a sudden that today he's in love with you, like what happened 3 years ago. I mean, I don't know if it was 3 years ago, but you know what I'm saying. Um, because he abandonment and walking away. Like even if you left the relationship, you felt he left it a long time before. Basically, that's the measure you got from him, but now he's doing a 180. That's funny too. Um, and we were talking about the tower with you. This is um, fear. You did have a fear change. I think he has a fear change, but and especially since he saw the transformation in you, he's really confused. But I feel like you gave into that fear, let that tower moment happen, and did a transformation. And because you did that, Ace of Coins, which is financial opportunity, prosperity, and manifesting money. And I believe that the person that's coming into your life, this business person, will actually help you be able to do that as well. And I told you with you, I thought it was going to be a couple of months. I mean, it's hard for me to say exactly when, y'all. I'm not good at that, so I try not to. But I feel like it's coming. And I think that God and your angels are like, we're making you wait because we know that you have faith. So we're going to prove it to you again that I said what I said. That's what's going to happen. I mean, basically. The ocean. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. You live in North Carolina. What part of North Carolina? I don't know if you live by the ocean or not, but even if you don't, you can get in a swimming pool. I mean, something that relaxes you. I think the water just is, and you may need, I don't know if you feel the need to be baptized. So if you've ever been baptized or you feel the need to be baptized again, I don't think you have to be a part of a church to have that done. You just need to have somebody that you trust to do it. That could be what that is, just washing away, the past, and or maybe you were thinking about that. Maybe you've had that done recently, but that's what I think that is saying. Okay. Ashley is next. Yeah, that may be what that is too. Yeah. That just taking time for you. And I know you have 3 kids, so it's not always easy, but you do have to do that because you're not going to be any good for them if you're not any good for yourself. Yeah, and I think he's realizing too that what he's lost, like, he's probably growing up some, and that happens. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Ashley, let me see what part. Where am I at? 58:44. That way I can tell her where to come to. Oh, she's right there. Yes, and I've got the time that I'm starting at like 58. I'm going to say 54 too, Ashley. So you haven't missed any. I'm fixing to do yours now. Okay. What does the future hold for me with jobs and goals? Okay. Well, funny about goals, apprenticeship, dedication, achieving goals. So I do see you working hard to achieve goals. Commitment, rapid change, domino effect. So this rapid change I don't think is bad. I think it's saying that you do what you're supposed to do to obtain the goals, and that's a domino effect with a good situation too. It can be the same with good as it is with bad. That's just the way that works. And this shows too, Knight of Coins, responsible, consistent, hardworking. And I know that to be true because I know Ashley. Yeah, and I believe you have recently, I think you've always had the mindset, but really hardcore grounded yourself in successful business empire mindset for your future, for your kids' future. Whoops. And this, I believe too, that you've had a transformation as well, and you're moving forward, letting go of grief, and you're healing now, which is good. That's that business mindset, ma'am. This is Page of Wands, good news, bright ideas, rush in head first. So I think that if you continue doing what you're doing, working hard, putting boundaries up in your life, and you already know what I mean by that, then leadership moving forward and initiative, then that will happen. You've got to keep your boundaries up, stand your ground. And that's why, too, because you had new ideas, a breakthrough, and realized the truth. And you have to make sure you remember that. Intelligent, head over heart, logical. I think you have both the emotion and the logical mindset to do what you're doing. So, yes, I think that your goals that you set, you will prosper on. Um, yeah, and that's because priorities, finding balance, and managing resources. And I believe that's what you've done. Well, that's another thing that you might have manifested, which I think that's a good thing because I done told you how I felt about that situation. So, oh God, wedding. Marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love. Dearest one. Yeah, I think this wedding card is coming out for it's just saying to keep the commitment to yourself, like you would your partner, basically. It doesn't mean that you have to get married. It's saying that commitments are commitments. Um, and that might also mean how many people are you talking to? You might need to narrow that down, ma'am. Well, it don't always have to mean wedding like that, but it can, I guess. And whatever, Christy, because you know that man. You, you're so full of it. You would marry that man. That man's marriage material. You better stop. He's gonna have his underwear in the water and yours. Coexist. How many people are you talking to on the phone, ma'am? And why are my emojis behind everything? Maybe I need to fix that. I didn't realize they were behind everything. Whoops. There we go. Well, I think he is, but I think he is more grown up than I think that's your excuse, but I think he's grown up. Okay, so I'm going to do these two separate. Sasha, I'm going to. Who's after Ashley? Sasha. Okay, Sasha is. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute. Look, I just read her name completely wrong at the top. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Actually, you just concentrate on your goals right now. The goals outside of a man. Okay, I got you, Daisha. Okay, so Sasha, I'm going to split these up. We're going to do the first one is the encouragement. Sasha. And everybody, and I tell everybody this most every stream. Remember, Sasha is in the Middle East, so we are praying for peace. Um, I mean, peace to the whole situation, but I mean, we're praying for her peace too. Lord have mercy, Ashley. You're a mess. Ashley's gonna be one of them that's got 5 of them on backup just to let one know that they can't mess with her. That's Ashley's crazy. Um, so let's get a message of encouragement from Spirit about what's going on around. Well, you don't have to be married on a piece of paper. As long as you're committed and doing the right things, that's. 3 of Wands, leadership, moving forward, initiative. Okay, hang on. Do y'all know this does remind me of Israel because Israel is a very young state, but listen to these cards. Okay, so it says leadership, moving forward, initiative. Okay, and then it says page of coins, page of pentacles, whatever you want to call it. Young but grounded, solid beginning, strong foundation. And that literally reminds me of it. And I'm not talking about all the political, I'm talking about literally that Israel's not young, like the new Israel, the Israel that was founded. Y'all know what I'm saying. And it is. And y'all can have a ceremony that doesn't have paper, like, you know what I mean? Because people take marriage, listen to me. I think that God's the one that matters in that, and you don't have to have a piece of paper. God didn't say nothing about legal marriage. He said the commitment that you have to him and to the person. So that's where I probably have different beliefs than some people on that, and I didn't used to, but I do. Girl, you ain't gonna be able to fight all that ignorance. I'm telling you now. God's gonna say, "Oh Lord." Um, um, when I say God will handle that, I don't mean that in a bad way, but God will handle the injustice. Like, we all have to have a life review. So there probably are those people. All you can do, Sasha, is know your truth and try to keep those type people in your circle. But those are not in your control. And there's no way. If you try to fight all that, yeah, and there are going to be injustices around Israel because you have to remember, I do think some things were changed in the Bible. What I do not think was changed is how God feels about Israel. And people are always going to be like that because they hate God. So they're going to hate anything he loves, including us. So you just have to remember that. And that's because there is a devil. So, and I got chills with that one. So, um, but I do know what you're saying because you want to keep just people around you. You don't want to have somebody that could be unjust around you. And I think you have to be connected to God, which you are, and he will let you know who's not supposed to be around you. God did not forget. No, he didn't forget you. He didn't forget anybody he loves, and he did not forget what he said. There's going to be a lot, and I think people are trying to play God, and a lot of this is people trying to mock God, which is of the devil too. And you just have to remember that it may look as bad as it is, but he has a bigger plan, and that's just that. I don't know everything it is. I don't think he forgot anybody. You know he didn't forget you because of the blessings that you do have and that you can feel him. There's a lot of people that can't feel him, and I believe you can. But it does get doom and gloom, and you're going to have to find an escape from that. And I know it's all around you, but you are going to have to find something you enjoy that gets you out of that mindset for a little bit each week, once or twice a week, whatever that is. I don't care if it's putting on headphones and jumping up and down on your bed. Like, it doesn't matter how, whatever it seems. Oh, yeah, they're crossing the lines, but this is the deal. Karma is karma. And so that's going to come, good karma, bad karma, whichever, what you put out, you're going to get back in one way or another. Everybody might not see it, but I believe that. So, and look, the King of Swords come out. Intellect, head over heart, logical. I believe, and I believe Israel is that. They are logical. Not all leaders are going to be correct about everything. Even if you like them, they're not going to be. I, 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 I think, and people might disagree with me with this, Netanyahu, and this is why I trust him, because he basically told Biden to suck it. He's going to do what he thinks he needs to do that is correct for his country. He didn't come on TV and say he wants to kill everybody and slam. That's not what he said. He said that he wants to make sure that Israel don't have to worry about these people. Okay, I'm going to read on that too in just a second, Sasha, for you. Hurting his people. Now, the reason I think they did not know, and I'm fixing to say something about our country that people might get mad at me about. I'm not saying this about our soldiers. I'm not saying this about our normal citizens. I'm talking about the people at B. I think the reason Israel didn't know what happened is because our people blocked that intelligence some way. And I'm sorry to say that. I will believe that. I don't care who tells me what. Nobody's told me that. I haven't seen that on the news. What I see is what I think happened. I think Israel trusted the United States to do something, and I think we let them down. I don't think it was our soldiers' faults. I think it was the people at Bay's fault, and that's what I believe. And people can get mad. They can think what they want to. I believe that because Israel has too much intelligence. There's just something not right about that. And I don't think Netanyahu said, let me let this happen. You know what I mean? Like, nothing about him to me says that. I know people want to be against him for this and this and that. But, no, and it's not. It is the people at Bay's fault. And it could be some people in Israel that are on top that may not be exactly for Israel. But there's something that lacked there. And the weird thing is, I can't remember where I seen it, so I usually don't say it, but there was an intelligence source from America that said that something that they knew, I don't know, but somebody knew. So you're not going to tell me they didn't know something. And Biden talks, I'm sorry, out both his freaking head and his butt. We're funding Israel, but funding terrorists. I mean, what the hell? That makes no logical, well, no, it makes plenty of logical sense, but it's stupid, okay? So none of that makes any sense to me. I don't know how to fix it, so I probably shouldn't be talking about it. Well, yeah, I do. The fixing comes with whoever the hell started years ago. This didn't just start. It's not Biden, Obama. Like, this didn't just start. This has been a plan for years. Yes, Obama's just one of them that wants to indoctrinate it too, but this started with that man. What is that man's name? I don't know where he's from. He ain't from America, but he likes communism. Yeah, that's just like with these schools, this university. This has been planned out for years. There's books that tell us that they will have these people come to our schools. They were taking the American flag down. What right-minded America, I don't give a shit whether you like Biden or don't like Biden, whether you like Trump, whether you like, I don't care, Abraham Lincoln. What right-minded American is going to let somebody take our flag down, stomp all over it, and put your flag up? And I firmly agree with having flags flying beside ours. Just like Israel shouldn't have the American flag up first, they should have their flag up. Why in the hell would they're getting to our kids that they don't even know what the hell they're fight or they don't even know what they're doing. They're just doing something, but what they don't realize, because it's been indoctrinated into our schools, is that they are turning people against their own country. I'm sure he is. So is Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln said exactly what would happen. This country will not be destroyed from the outside in. It will be destroyed from the inside out. And that gives me more chills than I can tell you. Because we have let people come into this country that are teaching our children that it is okay to hate their own country. Simple as that. That's the truth. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't like it. This is not Biden. This is not Obama. This is not Bush. This is not Trump. This is me being in the middle, thinking both sides are idiots on some things, and saying that what is wrong with our country is what Abraham Lincoln said would be wrong with it. And if you don't believe it, take your mind out. Don't be on any side and study it for a little bit, and then you'll see it. Trump cannot fix this. Jesus Christ is the only one that can fix this. and people that truly believe that good is good and bad is bad, period. That there's a balance between them, but what's good is good and what's bad is bad. So that's just how that works to me. Okay, now that I've done my preaching for the day, I'm just playing. That's why I tell people with this case with Brian Kohberger, everybody's like, you're a Brian Kohberger lover. No, I piss people off that think he's guilty all the time. Why? Because he's not guilty by the prosecution's narrative. Yeah, I think he's guilty. Not by what they're saying, and they're going to have a murderer walking free because they changed the time from the beginning. It makes no logical sense except for they wanted to put Brian Kohberger where they thought they could find him. And if they wouldn't have worked this backwards and just worked off everybody else's intelligence from it, they probably would have been able to do this. But he's very good at what he does, and I believe it has to do with one of two things. But I believe it's a mind control aspect on both things. I think it's got a mixture of two things, maybe. I think that it has to do with Xana's mama and Maddie's stepmom turning on some people. I think there's a little bit of that in it, but I think the other stuff that's in it is got to do with the university. I'm going to say 3-letter organizations that begin with a C and end with an A, and they're in America, and the only thing you got to fill in is the middle one. Mind control and university money with sports. And if you look at the way the coaches do those kids at University of Idaho, there's the explanation for that. And it has to do with Greek life. And Greek life is many Masons. If you don't believe me, research that. And it's like Sloan said, it has to do with steroids. And people can only see black or white. Oh, he's a serial killer or fucking whatever that man's name is. I just said that word, sorry. All them serial killer people, Manson or whatever. Anybody that can do that probably has that mindset, but if you have a controlled opposition, then he may not even realize he did it. And then what about that? What if this man really don't even know he did it? Because I think that's why a lot of psychics are getting that, because he has an aspect of him. A lot of them got that he don't even realize what he's done. How the hell do we do that? I've looked it up, but I can't figure out how you even try. We'd have to try the idiots that mind controlled him. And that's the truth. So, I do not think he was an incel that's stupid. He didn't even know. That makes no sense. That house had 50 cars there. Who the hell, that don't even make, they made this stuff up. Who told them this man didn't hang out with girls? Because I've seen pictures, and the girl that he had sex with, one of them said something. So he ain't no damn incel. Now, I can't tell you, he looks scary to me because that was put into my brain by prosecution and the media. So I can't judge, but my fiance's like, he looks like a regular dude to me. But he looks scary to me because that's what is in my head, and I can't make it go away. I've tried. So I don't judge him by the way he looks because I can't honestly do it. All I see is some man that the way that he was made to look. But I want to know who told him any of this because nobody said anything. These people are stupid and they make shit up. And even people that are ex-FBI agents will lie. They get paid to lie. So I don't even listen to media, mainstream media at all because they're stupid. Okay. So what this is telling me about life and money, Sasha, is that don't surrender to the loss of the battle, which means don't surrender to the bad things that are going on around you. You have to take control of your life, and put down the burden of trying to fix the whole country because you can't. You can't fix bad people because there's always going to be bad people because the devil is a liar and he's amongst us. So that's what that's saying. You've got to put down the burdens that you have no control over, the serenity prayer. What you can change, you change. What you can't, you pray about. Yeah, and see, doing that will bring you happy families, blessings, and well-being. Yeah, yeah. I don't even listen to news because of that, because one of the anchors I listened to repeated those words. And so I do not listen to mainstream media. Here, I do not watch TV. Y'all, I've not turned the TV on in a year. I do not watch TV. Yeah, I don't know who's molesting kids and everything else. I don't watch actors. There is some music I listen to. There's a Cardi B song I like. I don't know if she's of the devil and signed her soul away too. I just pray she hadn't. And when I listen to it, I'm like, I don't want whatever they doing. I don't want to, I just like the song. So, like, it's crazy. Yeah, I refuse to support people that believe in trafficking people, period, and believe in molesting children. I can't do it. Sorry. And Sasha, that right there, that emperor, that is you. Like, you literally are the emperor. I think in God's eyes too, he sees you as a very strong person. And you just have to get back to your roots, knowing that what you can control, what you do about that stuff is you pray. Because we have free will and God is more powerful than the devil, but we all have to want it. We don't want to we don't want to have to force anybody to love us, and God don't want to have to force you to love him, so he's not going to. If you go to church and you have somebody telling you that God's only going to love you if, you need to run, because that is not. I am Christian. I do think you should believe in Jesus, but I mean that's the only thing I think stipulation God has about him is believing in his son. Why would he not want you to? Don't you want people to believe in your kids? All right then. So anybody that's telling you that you have to listen to a man is supposed to run the head of the family because he's a man. That's a man's job, not in the way they want to tell you what you're supposed to wear. Do I believe? Okay, do y'all know a country artist that? Oh God, her name just went off of my stupid thing. She was on American Idol. She married the guy that was on American Idol with her. God, what is her name? I'll think of her name in a minute, but she will not do videos that's disrespectful to her husband. And do you know, people are like, oh my God, she's got a jealous husband. That was not his idea. That was hers. Why? Because she's married and she don't want her kids to see her in a video with some man while she's married all up on them. And I wholeheartedly agree with her on that. What is that girl's name? Why can I not remember her name? Oh my God. Gabby Barrett. Gabby Barrett. That is somebody that stands in her truth. She has not sold her soul, and her management team goes with her on what she does. And everything she does is respect out of her husband, because in God's eyes, when she lays down at night, she don't want to have anything that she's ashamed of that she did. And that is the way I think people should be. But when you're that way now, people, oh, your husband controls you. No, it's called respect for yourself and for your marriage. And more people should do it. They're very young. I love Gabby Barrett. I think she stands in her truth. I like Gabby Barrett a lot. I don't like all of her songs, but I listen to them because that girl right there is somebody these kids need to follow. And I have chills when I say that. God agrees. I love her and her husband. They are very sweet. I just do. So even if you don't like her music, look at her background, and I have so many chills, it's crazy. Like, she is, she's very, she just is who she is. So I think that more girls should follow people like that instead of Kim Kardashian or whatever. And I like Khloe Kardashian. I think Khloe Kardashian was kidnapped and put into that family, whatever. I don't think Khloe is like any of them. Um, I don't know. I haven't seen her now. I don't know if her mind's gotten weaker, but I don't think it has. I think Khloe stands firm in a lot of different things. I may not agree with everything she does, but I don't think she sold her soul to. I don't think Courtney has neither. Kim, yeah, Chris, maybe. Courtney and really Courtney, Khloe, and Not Kendall, the other one. I mean, not Kylie, Kendall. It is Kendall. Kendall just seem a little different to me than the rest of them, but I could be wrong. But I do. Gabby Barrett is one that I would ask everybody just to look at her background, watch some. You go to YouTube and type her in. You listen to her talk. Her interviews, not somebody saying what she said. Her interviews, she straight up and tells you what she thinks. So she has a very good outlook on marriage and the reason some of them don't last in the media, all of that. So anyway, okay, if we don't have anybody else, I am going to jump off from here. But Sasha, yes, I believe you standing your truth. All of that, everything will fix. You've just got to take the burden of the things you can't change, and you just pray about them. That's what you do. You give that to God, and you do what you can do, what's in your control, and that's all. God's not going to ask you to do anything else. If there's something else He wants you to do, you'll know it. And pray about the people you're around just to make sure they're true. And some of them God might put in your life because you may change their soul. You never know. Yeah, I think your soul purpose is a lot like mine, and it is just to love people and love them through the BS anyway, and pray for them anyway, and pray for your enemy. That's what you do. You pray for your enemy. And you wish them love, because when you try to do, that's what I think black magic is, trying to do spells against people to have harm and stuff. Well, we're not supposed to do that. We are supposed to love them as hard as it is, and sometimes it's harder than just saying it. But even if you just pray just let them be okay, God. That's all you can say. Showing that trying is better than nothing. And I think God makes us stronger for that and makes us see things in a different light. So those are the type of people I like to put myself around. People that I don't know how to explain my point of view. It's not just open, but it's very like, I argue with people that say Brian Kohberger's guilty because of what they're saying he's guilty of. That's not the truth. He's guilty, but not in the way you think he is. And that's how this case is going to be fucked up, I think. Because they have one narrative that's stupid, in my opinion. I could be all wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just saying. So, yep, I think he's guilty, but for every not reason that you think he's guilty for. Not you, I'm saying, y'all. But, there's people just think he's guilty just because they say he is. Well, I beg everybody to remember the Stickergate thing come from Moscow, Idaho, the same county. So check that one out. And then tell me if you believe everything that just because somebody said it. Not all police are bad. Not all police are good. Not all anybody's good. Not all anybody's bad. You cannot just see black and white. You have to see the middle colors. And I digress, as Harsh would say. I digress. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. I might get videos up. I'm still going through Ashley's videos, trying to make sure I've got like 20 pieces of paper here. So if there's cases y'all find that y'all want me to do, put them in the comments. Give me a little bit of background on them or where I can find information about them, and I will. I love y'all. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.